Hello and welcome back to the Black and Gold review show. Pedro, 3-1 defeat up at Montrose. You were involved, started again.
Yes.
Tough game?
Aye, different game. Completely different game.
Started well though, went 1-0 up.
We did. We actually started really well.
Did you?
Aye. Although it was very early on, we got the goal, but I thought we started really well. Really positive. They had different threats than last week. They're a bit more pacing behind. They were looking for that, which they exploited. Probably my side, if we've got to be honest. Which, I mean, why wouldn't they? But just a different game. And we were speaking about it on the way home. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
I actually thought we were. We kind of not let ourselves down by any means, but I thought we should have got something out of the game just by going off for last week's momentum and stuff like that. But again, completely different game. We spoke about it on the bus. 3 points, obviously, from last week.
Yes.
So 2 massive away games that was.
Yep.
Right. Would you have been happy with before it? Would you have been happy with 2 draws? 2 points. Right?
Probably, yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, yep.
So it's what Willie mentioned on the bus, and it's a really good point. And we've got 3 out of 6 rather than 2. So that's the disappointing fact that you won last week, and you're like, oh, if I can build on that.
You could have got.
We would have settled for 2 draws probably.
I totally agree. I think when you look at the games, I think when you were gathering the games together, the 3 games that we mentioned, and you could stretch it out, and at the Queen's game you could, but just if you go the 3 games, Inverness, Montrose and Kelty game, I would have said if you're looking to take 6 points.
And it's still on.
No, totally. That's what I'm saying. 6 points would be really good. Mm-hmm. I think you probably could have been looking at 5 points with 2 draws and a win, which again you could get better than that. Obviously, if you win on Saturday. So no, it's not all doom and gloom, because it's it was just a one that you, again, because they're so close to you, you could have reined them in a wee bit, but you knew it was always going to be a hard game up there. And you kept the only change was Tam Muir that came in.
Tam Muir straight back in for Aaron Brown, went on the bench.
Right.
Yeah. I got a phone call off the boy Lion for getting him man of the match, I think. Sunday phone and said thank you.
Helping hand. You just run at that channel, pal.
Okay, well.
How did you find the game yourself, personally?
It was a lot. I'd say Billy Mackay's, it wasn't the week before, he wasn't running away from you.
Right, but he doesn't. Yep.
They were aiming to play the channels or to even work the channels. They weren't just launching it by any means, but they were trying to get around the back of us. And the ball, even for their second goal, I think it was, that it was a kind of ball through, and Hoops kind of never got enough on the pass back, and the boy nipped in and scored again. So
goals that could have been avoided, though. Again, you look at them.
If we'd have set slightly deeper, it's alright now looking back at it. You see it and think, fucking hell, maybe we were slightly high. Sit in maybe an extra 10-15 minutes after we score the goal, just to settle everything back down and maybe do what we did last week and just fuck it, let's just defend and
maybe play on the counter attack a wee bit more.
But again, we done what we thought was best at the time.
Yep. It's difficult that, though, because that can be, you can always be seen to be negative sitting 100%. Back. But again, if you've got the players to do that and have this spring and the counter attack type of football, then why not play that way?
But
like
again,
that's.
I don't think Willie's tactics have ever been.
No.
Let's take it and go. Can we go and for rightly or wrongly, we'll have a go. Aye. And yes, we got caught. Did we get caught on counters? No, really. They broke on the transition quite well. I don't think they ripped us apart, Cammy.
Did you have many chances?
First half, yes, there was another one that Aidan possibly could have scored. He just kind of got under it and he headed it over the bar. Tam was kind of behind him, but I think Sean Dillon was in between the two of them. And maybe another 1 or 2 chances that kind of could have been classed as chances, but not overly loads.
Right. Did they have a lot, though, or was it just quite a
few
half
scrambles
chances
in the box and half chances?
Yep.
Aye. Aaron, in the second half, header, kind of goalie tipped it onto the post, stanchion, and then he followed it up, and goalie saved it again. So that's a kind of half chance. But maybe I kind of limited it to 3, 4, 5 chances at the most. But again,
and it was 3-1 at half time, obviously.
Yes.
Then there was
a massive change.
There was just a substitution came. The curly finger. Remember that curly finger on the bus? The curly finger on the bus to Inverness. That came out at half time to you. Here, son. See that shower there? Turn it on and get yourself in it. What happened? What was the discussion?
Again, Willie just changed it just for probably a counteract with their pace. I would imagine. Tam got dropping straight back in, but the downside is you pull Tam back, and you're not as strong as you were up front with Tam.
Aye.
But again, they dealt with it well. Did Montrose work it as much? Potentially not, because they were comfortable 3-1.
They didn't need to. They didn't need to score again, did they?
Chasing anything.
No.
However, let's say we probably did deal with pace-wise at the back. Then he went to kind of 3-5-2 halfway through the second half,
right?
Which just gives a bit more options going forward. But like I say, not to be
just disappointing, but you move on. Move on.
2 home games.
Yeah, and it's actually it's 6 games to go. 4 home games, 2 away games. So we'll rattle through the fixtures for everyone. We've got Kelty at home, Queens at home, then you've got Alloa away, Arbroath at home, Dumbarton away, and Cove at home last game of the season. So 4 home games out of 6 is good, actually.
Definitely.
Like, for, again, looking at getting points. Saturday's a massive game. There's no, again, it's another, we keep saying it's massive, but it is, it feels like they are reining into becoming really, really big games now. Saturday's one that Kelty are a decent side, but you're at home, they're kind of mid-table team.
Similar selves, I think.
Yes, very similar. So they're probably safe, I would say. They're on 37, you're on 30, so 7-point gap. Well, saying that, if you beat them on Saturday, then it'll probably put a few nerves in their camp, I'm sure. Yeah. But yeah, it's a big game, eh?
Yes, aye. Again, we have to be back on it. Everyone's kind of fit again, apart from the Tommy Goss. Apart from Tommy Goss, so. And me, I think there's a hammy. I'm sure the hammy snapped on Saturday. I think that's what it was. So we'll go at that one. Ken, you just have to prepare for that one as best you can, and be positive and try and get something. You got to go for the win, obviously, but you got to aim for 3 points. You can't start trying to accept a draw when 3 points is what we need.
A draw is fine and being well, you get a point and you're not getting beat, but you're actually starting the games that you need to win games now, and it's getting to that case because you can't. You obviously, Inverness are away to Queens on Saturday, so they've got a big game. Queens will be looking to win that because they need to start winning as well to get into that playoffs. Yep. So it's a big game for them. So again, this could be a really significant weekend for yous if Queens were to win and yous were to win. Then it brings you right back on level terms with Inverness. So it's awfully very, very tight, but it's all to be played for, eh?
Aye, massive. You just can't. It's been such a fast year.
Mental. There's only 6 games left.
Fucking hell, it is. It's really. It's been a strange one this year. I feel it's went so fast. You just don't want to. You want to finish on a high, don't you? That's the thing.
Totally.
You got to see if we can keep. The aim obviously was playoffs. No, it's survival.
But that's it. Survival mode. Turn into survival mode. Turn it on and survive, and then it's a good season again. You've kept yourself in League One for 2 seasons, which is great. And then you've got to look at next season and say, right, well, how can we be better than last season? Strengthen, is it more bodies, is it better quality, what do we need to get better? But this moment in time, these 6 games is all about survival. No matter how you win them games, you win them. Whether it's the worst you've played all season, you sit in and you've got 6 at the back in one game and you're holding on, fine, just get the win, get the victory, get the 3 points. It's the most important thing. So yeah, big games coming up. Other results at the weekend, Peds. Scotland, did you watch Scotland game?
Hard watching last night.
Oh, it was brutal. It was tough.
Talking with our pals, and he was saying, kind of lured us into a false sense of hope when the 1-0 the away win, but Greece were decent enough.
Aye, very good. What about the boy at 17?
Aye, class.
Amazing. Brilliant finish for the second goal.
Aye.
But the lost goals, you talk about losing goals at bad times, that third goal kills the whole game. 25 seconds after half time, after kick-off, you lose a goal. So everything that Steve Clark said at half time goes straightly out the window, because the game's done. It's absolutely done, and it's madness. So it was I thought the huffed and puffed. They didn't really. I mean, McTominay had a shot, and I think it was McGinn maybe had a shot that the goalie saved. It was a decent save, but nothing real.
No testing.
They looked much better than us. That's what I would say. They looked a lot better and controlled the game. So it was disappointing, especially when we need to play them again in November. I think, isn't it? Yep. So you're going over, are you not?
Yes, there's a few of the boys going
That'll
over.
be a nice little trip.
Yeah, really good. Looking forward to it. We 2-nighter.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Falkirk, another win at the weekend, which was significant. I'll say that word for the second time. 11 points clear. 11 points clear with 6 games to go.
When is it mathematically they can?
You work that one out. I can't work that out either. So it must be probably depend in the next whether it can happen in the next game. It's definitely the next 2 games. Yeah. I think they'll probably either be. It'll depend on Ayr and Livingston's results as well, obviously. So yeah, massive win for them.
You were on the telly doing bombs
Friday night. Partick Thistle versus.
Someone said that you earned your money because it was that bad a game.
It was awful. It was awful. Like I'm not even joking. I can't talk how bad this game was. It was probably one of the worst games I've seen in a long time. Like 0-0, and sometimes you get 0-0s and there's chances and you things. There's about 3 shots on target, and I mean there was none of real significance. The boy Ray and goals for Rafe had 1 decent save, and it was just so poor quality. Pitch wasn't great. It was a wee bit windy actually, but yeah, both teams just cancelled each other out. Wasn't much to write home about. So apart from Mikey Stewart's hair was flapping in the wind. I gave him a wee bit as well, because I was standing up in the commentary gantry, so it was nice and covered there, and then I was watching him, it was just like flopping. I was thinking that would have been me if I was down there. So I give him a wee bit of stick for that.
Your ginger flag flying away.
So that was a poor game. Queens 0-0 away to Dumbarton.
There was a lot of draws.
Well, that wrote them down. In your league, there was Inverness 1-1 with Alloa, Kelty 1-1 with Arbroath, and then Cove and Steny was the
last
Saturday
minute
night.
Kelty equalised, was it not?
Yes, it was.
I was seeing Muirhead yesterday at Kiddies football, and he was saying Big Aiden it kind of spilled it in his own box, and then they finished it off from a corner, a set piece. Scott Ellen put it in from a free kick.
Right.
But
a lot of draws, but it just shows you even Queen's going up to them. But I seen the pitch looked horrendous.
It's this time when you come out of the winter at Dumbarton.
You just need to deal with it, don't you? It's finding a way to win. So that was kind of the results, because there was no top flight games obviously with Scotland playing. So yeah. So we're on to Kelty.
Fucking on to Kelty, Cammy.
Move on to Kelty.
We're on to Kelty, right on the back, like. See Charlie Mulgrew's gorgeous hair.
Yeah, you'll see him.
I
wonder what he'll wear at the sideline. What do you think? He's not a tracky man, is he?
No, Cammy, he's levels above
that. We're talking, I think, tight chinos, tight trousers. Do you think on the sideline?
I don't know. I just
brown brogues?
I can't wait. If I'm going to be
I was going to say you got to dress like him, but there's a chance you could be on the pitch again, or on the sub bench. So one of the
I'll
two.
Just player cam him.
But yeah, he'll have his hair nice and back, so you can inform us next week on the.
You'll be there.
Show. We're on Saturday.
Saturday home game, are you not?
I don't know yet, Peter. I don't know what my schedule is going to be, so we'll wait and see. Part-time Annan fan. Anything else we need to pick up on? Tommy Goss, let's talk him actually. Any closer to?
Well, again, he's been in and around the
he was running, ground,
so
was he not?
He was running, yep. He's running, he's doing his own stuff as well, so I think, like I say, getting that cartilage cleaned out at the same time as he had the meniscus surgery, so it's only going to benefit him in the long run. I know it's probably taken him
a bit longer
this season because it's been out a wee bit longer. Excuse me. But he's looking. I mean, he keeps himself in good nick. Anyways, in fairness, he goes to the gym. He goes to the gym a lot.
Is there any time scales on him been getting floated about? Not yet. Not.
It's just like when you get that one, and it's not. I don't know it's not an ACL or anything like that, but you don't want to push it, do you?
No,
That's the thing. You could rush it back, and then fuck, what was the point in that? Just for the. But again, if there is a way.
As long as it's safe to do,
exactly,
and again, if the physio's advising that you can get involved in, again, it'll be them small steps where it'll be, you can go in and get involved in the warm-up with the boys, and then they maybe go and do passing with the physio, and then the next week will be get involved with the passing with the boys, and maybe the possession, miss out the games because you don't want that contact.
Aye.
And then it's just building it up. It's but again, it's good to see him running, so he is a step closer, and he's obviously getting closer as well, so fingers crossed he could be back in the next few weeks. We'll wait and see. Time will tell.
I think I might actually get a touch when he comes back. Sort his first touch. Nah, I think he'll be like a new player, obviously, for Annan.
He'll be hungry as well, won't he? He'll be hungry to do well. So, we'll watch out for that one.
Yeah.
Anything else we've got to?
No, I think that's it. I think it was just a disappointment from the weekend, from the week before. However, 3 points in 2 games. It's not the worst on 2 away games. That's the kind of overwhelming factor I think we should concentrate on.
What again we should concentrate on is 2 home games on the bounce, on the spin, big crowds,
bumper crowds.
Bumper.
Someone's saying biggest crowds of the season.
Are they?
That's on
Kelly?
the grapevine. Aye.
Biggest crowd. That's
They're bringing
bus loads.
down. Oh,
Bus loads.
Car loads. They're bringing them down.
Aye.
So if you want to get there, get quick.
Get there quick. Get there
quick.
Nice and early on Saturday.
Tickets in my pocket. They're hot. Fucking hot properly, can't we?
Hopefully there is a good crowd because it does help.
Plus the weather's better.
Aye, we're getting into light nights, Peter. Light nights, so
race night and all after it.
Oh yes,
so
aye. So it's a big weekend. Chris Boyd Friday night.
Oh Christ, I forgot about
Chris
that.
Broyd, Chris Broyd on Friday night, as well as Chris Boyd. So he'll be down at Annan, and then as you say, race night on Saturday. So everyone get there. The race night's a family race night. I'm right in saying that.
After the game, yep. Does it not start at 7?
I think it's roughly around about 7, yeah. So get yourself to the race night. Just stay after the game. Go to the game. Stay after the game. Spend all your money in the club. But why not? Enjoy yourself.
Aye, let your hair down.
So yeah,
hopefully after a good win.
Yeah, hopefully after 3 points. And Big Red Rum next to me is racing in the middle of the dance floor. It'll be a good day. So hopefully everyone backs that and gets behind the club with the race night, and everyone again gets behind the club on Saturday because it's huge games coming up. We've got Kelty at home, we've got Queens at home, so big games to get the crowd up, support the boys, and hopefully they can go and get 3 points.
Aye. Like I say, we need the support. That's what we need it more than ever.
12th man, Peter. 12th man. So, yes. So, good luck to Annan on Saturday against Kelty. Hopefully, bring back 3 points to Gallowbank, and we will see you all next week on the Black and Gold Review Show.